Good morning. Myself, Vipin Kumar Gupta, working as an assistant professor, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur, in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Today, I will discuss about the microprocessor. What is microprocessor? That will be discussed in last lectures. So today we will continue our new topics. That is the programming, assembly level language, machine level language. So, in the last lecture, what we are discussing? We are discussing about the basics of microprocessor, evolution process of microprocessor. What is the need of microprocessor? In the previous lecture, we are seeing that how the microprocessor was invented, which companies are invented microprocessor. Like Intel is the first company which are developing microprocessor. And in 1971, that was the first microprocessor was invented. That is the 4004. It is a 4-bit microprocessor. After that, many microprocessor was invented, and many companies are invented also microprocessor like Motorola, Zilog, Texas Instrument. These are the some companies which are developed the microprocessor. So in the last lecture, we are discussing the architecture of 8085 microprocessor, evolution process of microprocessor, and also we will discuss about the instruction sets which are used in microprocessor 8085. As all are known that microprocessor 8085 is an 8-bit microprocessor. So in 8-bit microprocessor, there is a 8-bit data lines are there. So we are seeing the instruction sets. So how these instruction sets are executed, which language microprocessor is used. So we will discuss about the machine level language, assembly level language. After that, we are going for programming. We are writing some program which are used in microprocessor 8085. How the programming are working, how the programs are executed, how these are decoded, how the instruction are fetched, we will see. And after that, we can go for references. References which books are available in the market for covering these topics. And after that, quiz question, MCQ questions are there. So one by one, we will discuss. So first of all, I will come for machine language. A microprocessor execute instruction given by the user. Suppose that I am writing a program. So what is the program? Program is a set of instruction. That instruction we can store into the memory in a particular location. So what the microprocessor actually do? Microprocessor execute these instruction one by one. First, it will fetch and then decode. So, a microprocessor is a machine that execute instruction given by the user because user given that set of instruction. So we can say microprocessor execute instruction given by the user. Instructions should be in a language known to the microprocessor. Suppose that I am writing a program and I am writing that program in a different way, in a different language, which cannot understand that microprocessor. Then what is the meaning of that language, that program? Nothing. Suppose that two person are talking. One knows the Hindi and second one knows the English. then which language they will use? They don't communicate to each other because one is knowing only on Hindi, second one is knowing only on English. Then there is no common way to communicate our views. So if both the person knowing the English, then only the way they talk in English. That is the way. So whatever instruction we are writing, that instruction is should be known to the microprocessor. Microprocessor understand the language 0 and 1s only. As we know, microprocessor is a machine. So it can understand only on machine level language. That is the 0 and 1. It can understand either it is 0, either it is 1. So microprocessor understand only on language 0 and 1. So other than these languages, it cannot understand. Suppose that I am writing a program in English language, then it cannot understand. Why? Because microprocessor doesn't understand that English language. What it actually say, that is, he is not understanding. So microprocessor understand only on 0 and 1 language. So this language is known as the machine language. 0 and 1 format language we can say machine language. Suppose that I am not understanding the 0 1 language. Any human being doesn't understand the meaning of 0 and 1. So what we are using? Suppose that two person are talking, they are one person is knowing Hindi and second one is knowing the English. Then which language they are using? They are using the translator. Suppose that one person is also added. He know both Hindi and English. When one person is saying Hindi, then it convert to the English and transfer to the next person. If next person is saying in English, then that person is convert to the Hindi and transfer to the first person. So that is the way to transfer the data or views. So like that we can use the in our program. For example, 01001111. This is a machine level language code. It is a valid machine language instruction of its 0. It can understand what it actually do, what is actually want to say. So this is a valid machine language instruction. It copy the content of one of internal register of 8085 to another. What is the meaning of this thing? It is the equivalent of F 4F. So what is the meaning of 4F? 4F is the meaning of to transfer data from one register to another. So the microprocessor can understand data will be having one register, that data will be transferred to the another register. So it can understand what it actually want to say. So that is the difference. We cannot understand. If I am not knowing, I am having that table that will specify 4F means that particular code means data will be transferred from one register to another register. That register is also specified in that table. Not any of the register. It register is also specified. So only particular that registered data will be transferred. So that is the meaning of this instruction. Machine level language program. This is an example for machine level language program to add to it two numbers. Suppose that I have two numbers, and these numbers I want to add. Then what type of instruction we are using? I want to write a program. I want to say the machines or say the microprocessor to add these two numbers. How I will say? So what is the meaning? We can write the program 00111110. What is the meaning? We cannot understand what it say. But microprocessor understand copy value to H in register A. Microprocessor directly understand these two instruction 0 2. This is the 2 0 2. This is meaning hex equivalent is the 0 2, and this instruction meaning the transfer data move immediate. That is the meaning. So microprocessor understand, but I'm not understanding what it actually want to say. So computer machine level language only on understand by the microprocessor. So that value will be transferred to register A. Now when this instruction is coming 00000110, what is the meaning? Again, it says that this instruction says data of B register. Copy the data of B register. What data? This is the data 00000100. That is the equivalent of 04. So that 04 data will be transferred to the register B value. Okay. So that data will be transferred to register B. Now 7 times 0, that means the it's meaning the it will add register A and register B data. So this is a small program for machine level language program. So we cannot understand that program, but microprocessor can understand that program. That is the meaning of that program. Assembly level language program. We are seeing the machine level language. We cannot understand what it actually want to say. I am taking one example. When one person is knowing Hindi and another one knowing the English, then data will not transfer. They are not communicate to each other. But when I will add one more person who know the Hindi and English, then we can do easily. They are communicate to easily. How? Using that person works as a translator. It can translate the data. Suppose that one person say something in English. That person, that translator will convert that uh, views into Hindi and transfer to the other. Same portion it will do. When one person, next person is saying in Hindi, then that translator will convert that views into English and transfer to the other. So that is the way of communication. So now, which one is the assembly level language? Assembly level language, it means those person who know the Hindi, that is the user. Those person who know the English, that is the machine level language. Who is the that microprocessor, and that is the translator is the assembler, which convert the user data to the machine level language data. So it uses English like word to convey the action meaning. For example, move. It indicates to data transfer, as we are seeing in our data transfer group. Add, to add two values, sub, to subtract two values. Assembly level, assembly language program to add two numbers. Suppose that do I want to write a program to add two numbers. Same program which I already write in machine level language. Same program I will write in assembly level language. Assembly level language, we can write the mnemonics. Move immediate A, comma 0 to H. That is the copy value of 0 to H in register A. That is the meaning. We can easily understand. In that instruction, we can understand, but in previous machine level language, we cannot understand what it actually want to say. That is the meaning. Move immediate B, comma 4H. copy value of 4H in register B. In this also we can understand add B, add of register data A and register data B. So we can easily understand that program. So it is compared to easy. Machine language is tough and assembly language is compared to machine language, it is easier. Assembly language is specified to a given processor. For example, assembly language of 8085 is different than that of Motorola 6800 processor. Intel is using different assembly level language, and Motorola is also using different assembly level language. Different company, different vendors are using the different assembly languages. So according to that, they will use. Microprocessor understand machine language only. Yes, microprocessor can understand only on assembly level language. He cannot understand any of the language. Microprocessor cannot understand the program written in assembly level language. As I am a user, when I am a user, I am not able to write a program in machine language. But that program is not to understand by the processor because processor doesn't know the assembly level language. I am not knowing the machine language, but processor is not knowing the assembly language. Then we, how we will communicate to each other? How I put our input to the microprocessor. So for that purpose, a program known as assembler is used to convert a assembly language program to machine language. For that purpose, we can use an assembler that will transfer the data between machine convert the data into assembly level language to machine level language and machine level language to assembly level language. It can interface the user. So this is the block diagram shown. Assembly level language program we can write. That program can be goes to the assembler program. So that program, assembler program, convert that assembly level, language into the machine language. So that is the use of assembler. Low level and high level language. Machine language and assembly language both are microprocessor specified, machine dependent, so they are called low level language. Machine language and assembly level language are known as the low level language, and the machine independent language are called high level language. Which are the high level language? Basic, Pascal, C, C++, Java. These are the high level language. A software called compiler is required to convert a high level language program to the machine. In the assembly to machine level, assembler is used, and high level to machine level language compiler is used. That compiler compile the data, hold the data, and convert into the machine level. So that is the difference. This is the programming model of 8085. How the data will be transferred, how the operation will be performed. So these are the accumulator, ALU, flag, instruction decoder, register array, memory pointer, 16-bit address bus, data bus, control bus. So it will provide the data using 8-bit data bus or address bus. That will be denote the memory. So according to that, operation will be performed. Example, data transfer, copy. how the data will be transferred. How the data will be transferred. This is a table shown in our figure operation instruction. Load 8-bit number in 4F in register B. So how we will write the instruction for this instruction, this operation? Load a 8-bit number 4F. That is the number. 4F is a number. That number we want to load. Which where register B. So what instruction we are using? Move immediate B comma 4FH. So that is the data transfer group. So we can choose accordingly. According to operation, we can choose the instruction. Why we are go for this slide? Question is why we are go for this slide? Because we already discussion about the instruction sets. Now I will choose some instruction and write a program. So which instruction? What is the need of that particular operation? That will be understood by that slide. That is the meaning of this slide. Copy from register B to register A. That is again a data transfer group. So here, what operation we want to perform? Our register B having some data. That data we want to transfer to accumulator. So again, it is clear data transfer group we are using, and we are transferring the data from one register to another register. So we are using the move a comma v, a comma v. Now we are coming for third lecture, third slide. Move load a 16-bit number 2050 in register pair HL. So what we are doing? We are having some data. That is the 2050. We are need this instruction many times. What we are doing? Why we are need this instruction? LXI H 2050. Suppose that our data will be stored in memory and that location is the 2050. Then we are using this instruction. HL we are loaded to 2050. So that time we can use this instruction. So this is instruction we can use when our data is available in memory. Copy from register B to memory address 2050. Here our data will be available in B register, and that data we want to store in memory address. So where we are fetching the memory address using HL pair. So move M comma B. Copy between input oblique output port and accumulator. So in that operation, we can use the out 01 and in 07H. We can use instruction data format as we are classified already. There are three types of instruction data formats are given. That is the 1 byte instruction, 2 byte instruction, and 3 byte instruction. According to the length, we can divide it the each and every instruction. It may be one line, 1 byte. It may be 2 byte, or it may be 3 byte. Let us suppose some example of 1 byte and no data and no address is available is known as the but 4FH. It is the hex equivalent 4F. So move C comma A. When we are taking the hex equivalent, we are converting that into the hex equivalent code. Then we get the according to the Intel table, we get the 4FH. Its equivalent is the 4FH. And when we are converting to the machine level language or binary code, then we get the 0 1 0 0 4 times 1. That is the binary equivalent code. So we can get the result at B. Here also no data and address is given. So it is again a 1 byte instruction. So its equivalent is the ATH. So it is the hex equivalent. So when we are converting this into binary, then 8 bit we are getting. 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. So it is a 1 byte instruction. It is a 1 byte instruction. Next is the halt. Halt is used to terminate the program. That say our program will be completed. So its equivalent hex equivalent is the 76H. So its binary equivalent is the 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 0. 2 byte instruction. 2 byte means it is having the 16 bit. First byte specify operation code. Second byte specify operand. What operand we are performing? Suppose that, like an example, move immediate A comma 32H. What we are doing? 32H is transferred to the A register accumulator. So we are converting this into the hex equivalent. So move immediate A, its hex equivalent is the 3, and 32 is already hexadecimal equivalent. So it's we are write the 32. So we need the 16 bit. 16 bit. So it's the 2 byte instruction. So it's the 2 byte instruction. Next same move immediate B comma F2H. So what is the equivalent of move immediate B? 06H. And F2H is equivalent to the, so it total take the 16 bit data. Three byte instruction. First byte specify operation code, and second and third byte specify operand. That is the 3 byte instruction. Suppose that we are taking one example, LXI H2050H. So LXI H, its equivalent is the 21. Now first lower data will be stored, so 50, and after that 20. So how much total bits? 3 byte, because 1 byte, 2 byte, and 3 byte. Like that we can calculate the length of each and every instruction. If 16-bit data given within the instruction, then it is the 3 byte instruction. When 8-bit data is given, then it is known as the 2 byte instruction. Addition of two 8-bit number. Now I am coming for the programming part. We can write the program. So how we will write the program we can see, and also write the program. So addition of two 8-bit number. Hexadecimal addition. The program take the content of 2009, add it to 2000B, and store the result back to the 2000C. Here we are having the two data which are stored in 2009 and 2000B. There are the memory location 2009 and 2000B. They are having the two data. Each and every memory contain the 8-bit data. After adding these two data, the result will be stored into the 2000C. So how we will write? First, when this program is given, then what we think? How I will transfer first accumulator data to the accumulator. First data to the accumulator. 2009 to accumulator. Second, we can add these data into our data will be fetched to 2000B. So when we are consider a memory, then HL pair play an important role. So first of all, we are initialize the HL register with address where the first number is lying. Then store that memory location we can fetch using HL pair. Then this number, whatever data it is having, that data will be, that number is in accumulator. That data will be transferred to the accumulator. Now we will increase the HL pair value and then get the second number and then add to the memory. And then what we are doing, because it is greater than 2, so we can increment by 2 times. Then we can increase by one more, and then we can get the increase and then store the result. So how will write the program? LXI H 2009. LXI H 2009. What is the meaning? This is a 3 byte instruction. Load immediate HL pair 2009. It is the meaning. So 20 is stored to the H register and 09 is stored into the L register. That is the meaning of this instruction. So move A comma M. Here in this instruction, what is the meaning of this instruction? Memory data will be transferred to the accumulator. Where we get the memory address? Memory address we can get using HL pair. What is the data of HL pair? 2009. So whatever data we are having in the 2009, that data is transferred to the accumulator. Now we can increment HL pair. We can increment HL pair as I say. So we can get the next memory location, and next memory location we are getting the next data. So we can directly add these two data. Now it is the 2000 we can get then add M. Add M means whatever data is having 2000 V, that data is added to the accumulator and the result will be stored into the accumulator. That is the meaning of add M. Here memory, this is the memory data. Memory is having the data. Now our result also store into the next memory location. So what we are doing? Incremented by 1. Again we are doing the increase INX H, that is the increment of HL pair by 1. Now move M comma A. Whatever data we are having in accumulator, that data will be transferred to the memory. RST5. That is meaning our program will be completed and it will execute. This is the hexadecimal addition. Hexadecimal numbers are given. Suppose that we are doing the decimal addition. Decimal number is the 0 to 9. And that number we want to add. So what is the changes in that program? What we do? Initialize HL pair with address where the first number is lying. Again, same thing. This first step is same as per previous hexadecimal addition. Store the number in accumulator. Whatever data in first memory, that data will be stored into the accumulator. Get the second number. How we will get the second number? Again, increment HL pair, then get the second number. Add the two number and store the result in 2000. And then we can increase, adjust the, because whatever result we are getting, that is the hexadecimal number. So that number we can adjust, we can convert into the decimal anyhow. we can convert and then come back to the monitor. So this is the program. LXI H 2009. What is the meaning? It can load the first step will be initialize HL pair with address and the first number line. So our first number is having in the location of 2009. So HL pair we can initialize first of all. So LXIH is equal to 2009. Move A comma M. Whatever data is having in that location, that data is transferred to the accumulator. So that is the meaning load to the accumulator. Whatever data is having that memory location, that data is transferred to the accumulator. INXH incremented by HL pair. Whatever data is having 2009, so it is incremented next memory location. That memory location, it will increase by 1. Now it goes to the 2010, because when we are adding to 2000 A, incremented 9 plus 1 A 002. So this will be added that data into the accumulator data. Now when this is the hexadecimal addition, then we comes to this step, but this is not the hexadecimal addition, this is the decimal addition. So after 9 it will be changes, so we can add the 6. So DAA, decimal adjust accumulator, whatever data is having in accumulator, that data will be adjusted in decimal. So we can put this instruction DAA, then we can increase by 1, move M comma A, so that we can get the next memory location, we can store our result RST5. Now come to the next program to subtract two hexadecimal number and decimal number. Suppose that we are having the two hexadecimal number, we are subtracting these numbers. How we will subtract these two numbers? So for that purpose, we are using the hexadecimal subtraction. Hexadecimal subtraction, the program take the content of 2009 and 2001 A and store the result back to the 2006 C. So same procedure, initially we are follow the same procedure, initialize HL pair with address where the first number is 9. Where is the first number? 2009. Store that number into the accumulator, because first operand is always available in accumulator. That's why always we are transferring first data into the accumulator. Get the second number. How we will get the second number? Using increment, we can get the second number. Subtract second number from accumulator. That data will be subtracted, accumulator minus that data, second number, and store the that data is automatically comes to the accumulator. So accumulator data again we are transferring to the we are transferring that accumulator data into the memory location which are given 2000 B. So how we will write the program? Let us see. LXI H 2009. It means we can initialize the HL pair. We can initialize the HL pair. HL pair load the data 2009. It means H is containing 20 and L is containing 09. Now we can easily get the first data. Which instruction we can use? Move A comma M. It means M is the memory location. Where we get the memory location? Using HL pair. So 2009 it can fetch using HL pair. So whatever data is having in 2009, that data is transferred to the accumulator, INXH. It means it is incremented by 1. So we get the next memory location 2000A. Now subtract M. So M means memory subtraction we are doing. First operand is available in accumulator and second one is the memory. So it can do easily A minus M. It will perform. So A minus M is performing in the after this instruction, and whatever result it is getting, that result is stored into the accumulator. Now next thing is we want to put that result into the memory location, next memory location. So what we are doing, again we are incremented HL pair by 1. So what location? 2000B we are getting. So now we can transfer the accumulator data into the memory. So now like that we can write the program for subtraction. Decimal subtraction, same as the previous addition program, we also do the DAA after the when we are getting the result in hexadecimal number. That data will be again we are modified in the DAA, decimal adjust accumulator. Same procedure we will follow in this program also. So again, decimal subtraction, I can write the program. Initialize HL pair with address where the first number is lying. Whatever data is having HL pair, actually we want to fetch the memory location. How we will fetch the memory location? Using HL pair. So first of all, we can load the HL pair into that memory location value. So our first data is available in 2009. So HL pair we are right load the 2009. So first step is the we can load the HL pair 2009. Now second step is the store the number in accumulator. Whatever data is having 2009, that data is stored into the accumulator. Now we can increment by 1 because second data is available of next location 2000A. So we can increment that memory location HL pair, then we can get the second data or second number. Then we can subtract first accumulator data and that memory location data. After that, this is the hex number. So we don't need about the hex number. So what we need only on decimal number. So what we are doing, we can convert that decimal number into the hexadecimal number into the decimal number using DAA. After that, we can store that result into the memory location, next memory location. How we will write the program? Let us see. LXI H 2009 as previous examples. HL pair we can transfer to the 2009. That data, that memory location having one data, first data. So move A comma M. INX H, it means incremented HL pair. Means 2009 is converted to the HL pair data is having updated to 2000A sub M. Sub M means accumulator data is having the 2009 data and 2000A data is accumulator data is subtracted to 2000A data. Now this result will be stored into the accumulator. Now DAA, it means hex number is converted to the decimal number. And result again same in accumulator. Again it is incremented by 1 and then it is transferred that data to the memory location and program. Like that we can write the program. Now I will come to the our next part, that is the references. These are the reference book which are available in the market. Ramesh Gonkar having some examples and Mathur is also. These are the standards book which are available in market and one for next one we can also see the for that purpose. Quiz. Which is the microprocessor comprise? Register section, one or more ALU, control unit, and all of these. In the microprocessor, we are seeing that it is having the register, ALU, and control unit. So all things are available. So D is the correct answer. What is the store by register? Register will store the operand or data. Sorry, data. Register what 8-bit data it will store. So A is the correct answer. Accumulator based microprocessor example are Intel 8085, Motorola 6809, both A and B. Every processor having the accumulator. So both A and B is the correct answer. Set of register which contain are set of register, data, memory address, result. When we are saying HLPL, then it contain the address of memory. So register, set of register is contain the register, data is also having, memory address is having, result we can also. So all of these is the correct answer. There are primarily two type of register, general purpose and special purpose. Dedicated register, or we can say special purpose register, both A and B, and none of these. So C is the correct answer, general purpose and dedicated or special purpose register. Name of typical dedicated register is, that is the program counter, instruction register, stack pointer, all of these. These are the all are dedicated register. BCD stands for binary coded decimal, as we know already, which is used to store critical pieces of data during subroutine and interrupts step. Data subroutine purpose, subroutine means when some program is stored in another location, then it goes to that location, then instruction register or program counter data will be stored into the stacks. So stack is the correct answer. The data in the stack is called push pushing data. In means we can insert. The external system bus architecture is created using from architecture, that is the non von Neumann is discovered. So thank you all.